Speaking of trauma, I was going to say as well, you guys might be aware that there was a little election held in America last week. Didn't go the way most people in Hollywood perhaps would have liked, and it's been interesting to see the reaction. I think we really need to check in on Mark Hamill because he's not posted on Twitter since November the 6th.
I thought he did
gone
do a
into
post,
an official. He what? Sorry.
I thought he did do one post.
He did do one post, and it was pretty much
or something.
Like, we get the leaders we deserve, or we don't live in the country that we thought we did. Sad face.
I'm surprised he pulled himself away from doing a Darth Vader reference. Good for him.
I genuinely don't know what he's going to do with his life now. Yeah, this could be the end of his sanity. Unfortunately, he's just going to have to get by on those like $500 signed pictures that he sells of himself. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. It was like conventions and stuff. You want a signed picture of Mark Hamill? It was going to be like $500. It's absurd, but
what?
Yeah.
There you go, man.
But oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, when you've attached your entire personality to this Trump arrangement shit, like, what are you going to do in the end when you completely get dominated and you can't even like be mature enough to give the man his credit? And like, if you really care about the country, then support him. It's just a bunch of childish bullshit. That's why I don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a real repudiation of this idea of celebrity endorsements, that anyone actually cares what they have to say about this stuff, because they shouldn't. Like, we don't need to hear from actors and artists about who your political candidate should be. You know, it's you're not qualified to have opinions on this stuff, and you shouldn't be trying to like direct people to vote a certain way. You know, for these people, they're there to entertain us. They're not there to lead us. But the reason I bring this up is because everyone's favorite actress, Rachel Zegler, decided that she was going to weigh in. Because you know how that Wicked actress kind of stole her crown as like least likable person in Hollywood, and like really took the heat off her, and kind of saved her bacon. I think in some ways, Rachel decided she was gonna claw back that title with this little number. So I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred, leading us towards a world I do not want to live in, leading us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in, leading us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want. What? Isn't your daughter like 1 year old or something? Leading us towards a world that is fearful.
This is the thing.
Is this a hypothetical future daughter that might
Yeah,
exist?
she doesn't even have a daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what? It's kind of awkward now.
Is that true? She honestly, reading this, I was like, oh man, I guess she must have had a kid at some point.
I assume she has a kid. I just automatically assumed that. Like, can we confirm?
So what? She's arguing on behalf of a child that doesn't exist.
My hypothetical daughter
may never exist. She may never have a daughter. Who knows?
This just got even more epic. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I wish she would learn how to use like capital letters. Like this is like childish stuff going on here. I'm heartbroken for my friends who awoke fear this morning, and I'm here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been by so many votes. I echo Ethel Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace.
She didn't even capitalize Trump. It's a fucking animal. Like, who taught this child?
What a great thing to say as well, to like essentially half your potential audience for your new movie.
Have you seen the rest of it though? There's so much more.
There is, I believe, yeah, because she rounded this out on quite the statement. Hold on, I'll just see if I can.
She's legitimately insane, to be fair. I mean, she talks about hatred, and yet she's like, "Yeah, I hope you never know peace." Like, all right, love. Like,
is this the one where it's like, okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now and need to get off my soapbox before I get heated. Sending love to everyone who needs it today. May we all carry each other through the worst and hold these politicians accountable. Your governors just got very important. They already were, but hey, follow your governors. Hold them accountable. Local government is where you will make real change. This is not the end, ever. I will love through these 4 years as best I can. P.S. Fuck Donald Trump.
So loving.
Yeah, it's a bit of a contradiction right there. Where's the love?
I hate people like this. Absolute moron. Like, do you not understand the writings on the wall for this kind of rhetoric? You know, like TDS was peak creative bankruptcy before it even began. And, you know, it's not like Trump just won the Electoral College. He won the popular vote as well, something which hasn't been done for 2 decades by the Republicans. It's not a small minority of people that support him. You know, the majority of people do. And at the end of the day, you're an actor. Like, you're basically a prostitute. Okay, that's basically all you are. Okay, you wear other people's skin for a living. Shut up. No one's interested in your brainlet takes. You're a moron. You're an imbecile. No one cares. And you'd think like Hollywood would get the picture by now, right? Movies aren't doing so well. Series aren't doing so well. Viewership's down. Profits are down. Something's not landing with the audience. Your ideology's not landing anymore. No one wants it, right? You can't push an agenda in a capitalist society when the capitalist society can go longer without watching your garbage than you can go without their money, right? Like, someone's got to give at a certain point. And we're seeing that at a really, really quick rate now with the video game industry. The video game industry is on its knees already because they've tried to do what the movie industry's done, but you know, you're dealing with a much smaller, narrow demographic. So they're falling on their face already. But now the movie industry it's been falling apart for quite a while, but now they're really, really feeling it. And you think these morons would understand that. You think that they'd go, yeah, okay, let's have a bit of introspection. You know, let me take a minute. Let me see why people, you know, support this guy. No. Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, whatever. Shut up, morons.
Yeah, it does make me wonder if maybe this time around they are going to be a bit quieter because perhaps they know that they are not as strong financially as they were 8 years ago. And it's a different world now, and people are kind of done with them and their bullshit and their pandering, and maybe they know that now. I don't know.
You say that, but did you not see that Mark Ruffalo literally broke down in tears recently, and also with some other actors were like trying to lead some weird like troop of people out in the open.
But they seem
like,
so much more desperate this time. They're not actually getting the same type of reactions they had the first time around. Now it's kind of just, you know, it's a smaller window of people, and they're not getting the same type of attention. And once you don't get attention for it is when you stop. It's just like children, right?
I think maybe like at a certain point they might have to reckon with the reality that they are not in touch with the rest of the country, I suppose, or the rest of the world. And maybe their echo chamber is so small that like it's excluded everything else. And yeah, I think awards season will be interesting. I think that will be the sign, I suppose, on what their take is, because that's generally where they all download the latest update on how they should think and feel about everything, you know, Oscars and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what they say there.